Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a customer accuse you of a federal crime just for following up on their car lead? You followed their instructions, you waited until the time they specified, you sent a polite message, and then boom, you're hit with an accusation of violating the Americans with Disabilities Act. In today's episode, we're breaking down one of the most absurd complaints I've ever seen. And trust me, I've seen some wild ones. So for episode 9, you violated my rights when customers go off the rails. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, this is CarPodChats and I'm Dan Malave. And in this episode, for every salesperson who's ever been stuck between doing the right thing and being treated like a villain, working in car sales is like walking a tightrope over a canyon full of sharks holding HR handbooks. You're expected to be responsive, but not pushy, proactive, but not overbearing, human, but flawless. One wrong move, one message at a wrong time, one follow-up too soon, one joke too dry, and suddenly you're aggressive or discriminatory, or my personal favorite, unprofessional. We operate in this blur zone between service and survival because let's be real, it's not just about selling cars, it's about managing people's expectations, emotions, misunderstandings, and yes, sometimes they're delusions. And today's story, it checks every box. So here's how it all started. Before we even opened for the day, we got a digital lead. Guest says, I'm interested in financing, pre-approved with Global, Westlake, and ACA. Please do not contact me before noon for medical reasons. Cool, totally fair. We respect that. One of our sharpest guys on the floor picks it up, sends an email with a clean walk-around video, no call, no text, follows the instructions to the letter, then waits. After 12 p.m., he sends a short follow-up text and leaves a voicemail. Still no response. No big deal. Fast forward to that evening, we're still open. Another buyer walks in, same vehicle, boom, deal gets done. We're here till 9:30 p.m. doing the paperwork. Next morning, our guy sends a simple follow-up. Hey, just wanted to follow up. That vehicle sold last night, but I'd love to help you find a great alternative. Are you still in the market? Now, if you're a reasonable human being, you'd expect one of three things. A, thanks anyway. B, no reply. C, maybe a little disappointment. But what do we get? We get hit with a 3-paragraph text. First of all, inquired about this yesterday. Your delay caused me to lose that vehicle. Secondly, I was very clear not to be contacted before 12. This is a violation of the Americans with Disabilities Act and my civil rights. Let's pause here. We didn't call him at 8 a.m. We didn't spam them. We didn't knock on their door. We waited until afternoon, exactly what he requested, and somehow we still got accused of a civil rights violation. That's where we're at right now. Let me be real clear about this. The ADA is a real law created to protect people from real discrimination, and I respect that. We all should. But what it doesn't do is make it illegal for a car salesperson to follow up politely. At the time you ask to be contacted, sending a respectful text at 12:05 p.m. is not a federal crime, it's not harassment, it's not a medical emergency, and it's definitely not a civil rights violation. It's just a follow-up. That's it. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard something wild. Let me hit you with a quick one. Had one guy come in to test drive an RDX, sits down, adjusts the seat, then says, doesn't go high enough for me. Fair enough, he leaves. But then he calls back 2 hours later and says, your vehicle is discriminatory toward people with height-based disabilities. I'm contacting my lawyer. I'm not joking. We even got a 1-star review. The title, Acura doesn't support short kings. Can't make this stuff up. Here's the bigger truth behind all this. We're not just selling cars. We're being used as emotional shock absorbers when people are frustrated, overwhelmed, or just unprepared. They often turn their disappointment outward, and we're the easiest target. We are not punching bags. We are professionals. We work long hours. We care about the process, And we're human. You can't take every accusation to heart, because if you do, you burn out fast. Let's zoom out. We're living in the age of instant gratification, unlimited access, and zero accountability. It's the Yelp effect. People want service like Chick-fil-A, delivery speed like Amazon Prime, and forgiveness for every late reply, missed appointment, or no-show. No, but when they feel they've missed out, they look for someone to blame. And who's the easiest person to blame? You, the salesperson. The one who dared to send a polite text after 12 noon. So I sent the customer's ADA message to our manager group chat. The responses? Gold. One manager goes, let me guess. Next she's going to say the font in the email wasn't correct or wasn't right. Another said, we should send her a highlighted printout of the ADA and call it a guest education packet. We laughed, but the truth is we all agreed. You can't win with the customer who's looking for a courtroom, not a car deal. At the end of the day, there's a line, and it's okay to draw it. It's okay to say, that's not a valid complaint, and I stand by how we handled it. As a manager, I always support my team when they do the right thing, even if it ruffles some feathers, even if it ends in a 1-star review, because protecting the culture matters more than caving to the loudest voice in the inbox. I called my rep into the office, told him straight up, you did everything right. You respected the guest's request. You sent a quality video. You followed up afternoon. You worked the floor until 9:30 and delivered for someone else. You have nothing to apologize for. That's the kind of salesperson we back. That's the culture we build. Accountability with support. Hustle with integrity. So what do we take from this? Simple. Even when you do it all right, you can still get accused of doing it wrong. But as long as you're following the process, doing the work, and keeping it professional, you win, period. This is the stuff they don't teach in training, but it's what makes or breaks your longevity in this business. Now, on the next episode of CarPodChats, we're talking about a different kind of customer, the one who schedules, confirms, and never shows up. It's called the ghost buyer phenomenon. Why they say they're coming and they never do. How to spot them, how to flip them, and how to stop wasting your best hours on someone who never planned to show up. Until then, stay sharp, protect your peace, and never let someone else rewrite your story. I'm Dan Malave, and this is CarPod Chats.